One of my favorite games of all time is the Injustice series from DC and NetherRealm Studios, who made Mortal Kombat. It's one of my favorite fighting games of all time, obviously, because it is from NetherRealm. And I'm really hoping that they make an Injustice 3 at some point, but I think they're working on Mortal Kombat 12 right now, so we're probably not getting Injustice 3 anytime soon, but hopefully someday, but we'll see. But the reason that I'm talking about Injustice is because I actually watched the movie last night on HBO Max, and I remembered hearing, when it first came out, I remember hearing a lot of bad stuff about the movie, and I watched it last night. Yeah, they were right. So I'm going to give you guys a little summary of Injustice for those who don't know what the storyline is. So the plot of Injustice is basically Superman gets infected with Scarecrow's fear toxin, and it's added with kryptonite by the Joker, and Superman thinks he's fighting Doomsday, but he realizes at the end of the fight he killed Lois Lane, his wife, and his unborn son. Yeah, it's dark, but it gets pretty worse. So Lois Lane and their unborn son, their death, trigger a nuke that goes off in Metropolis, and it kills everyone in Metropolis. So yeah, Superman is not having a good day. And so Batman is interrogating Joker in, I believe it's GCPD, in one of the interview rooms. He's trying to get some answers, and of course Joker is Joker, he's not going to reveal anything. And then Superman lasers through the room and gets inside and starts talking to Joker and starts beating him up, and eventually he kills Joker by ripping his heart out. And that's the start of evil Superman. And so Superman becomes this dictator after that and tries to get rid of all crime by killing everyone and being a dictator. And Batman obviously is not with that, and so Batman starts this whole regime with these other heroes, and then Superman has his own army with other heroes on his side, and Batman with his side with his heroes, and it basically starts the civil war between Batman and Superman and these sides. So yeah, that's basically the plot of Injustice. Now, the movie, and keep in mind, actually, I've not read the comics of Injustice. There's all of these comics. I've heard they're really good. And it's funny because I actually bought year 1 and year 2 of Injustice last year, and I just never read them. I'm very bad at finishing books, so that's why. But maybe when I get done with uploading this video, I'll probably read them now, because I'm now in that Injustice mood after watching the movie last night. Because I watched the movie, and it's not good. Everyone that said it was not good, they were absolutely right. It is not good. They tried to cram in way too many storylines. That's like 7 years worth, and into like an hour and 18 minutes movie. And this isn't even an hour and a half, so I don't know why it's so short. But it tries to cram everything in, but it just doesn't work. I feel like it'd be better if it was a TV series. But yeah, I'm going to talk about the movie now. Obviously, I'm going to get into spoilers, but usually I encourage people to wait till they watch the movie and come back to this video, but no, stick around. You're going to do yourself a favor by not watching this and having me rant about it, so enjoy my rant here. So, at the beginning of the movie, basically what happens is we get Flash in the movie for like 6 seconds, and they just kill him off. So, yeah, and we never hear from Flash again. They just kill him off. So, like, Flash goes into the subway, and he gets into one of Joker's traps, and he gets killed, and nobody mentions Flash again. He's never brought up anywhere else after the movie except for that. And it pissed me off because I really liked Flash's character in the Injustice games, and I'm sure he has a bigger role in the comics as well. So I was excited to see what they do with Flash, and then they just completely ruined it at the beginning. He only showed up for like 6 seconds, and it pissed me off. So that happened. And I'm going to talk about Damian Wayne. Now, for those that don't know, Damian Wayne is one of my least favorite comic book characters of all time. So basically, he's Bruce Wayne's biological son, and he's one of the Robins. One of the worst Robins, if not the worst. And he's in this movie, and he did play a big role in the games. And actually, in the first Injustice game, one of the things I thought was cool was in Earth 2 in that game, there's a Nightwing in that game. And this whole time you're thinking it's Dick Grayson, but then you realize it's Damian Wayne, and he actually killed Dick Grayson in that universe. And when I first played the game, I always wanted to see that fight between Damian and Dick Grayson, see what that fight was like, how it was. And I thought it'd be like a cool send-off for that Dick Grayson. I thought it was like an epic death. But no, this is what happens. So, in the movie, and keep in mind this also happens in the comics as well, I believe. So, Nightwing and Batman are in Arkham Asylum because they're trying to save the prisoners that are in there because Superman is trying to kill them. And so, Superman comes in there with his team, and then we realize, oh, Damian Wayne is with them. So, Damian Wayne just turns on Batman because, you know, he's Damian Wayne, he's a freaking idiot. And he decides he's going to fight, or he's going to, like, try and kill these villains. And so, he starts beating them up, and then Nightwing just goes, Robins don't beat up criminals when they run away, or something like that, I don't know. And then Damian Wayne, of course, he goes, you're not Robin, so you could shut up. And then he throws one of his sticks at Dick Grayson out of frustration, and it hits Nightwing in the head, and he just collapses and dies. So that's how Damian kills Nightwing. And I believe this happens in the comics as well. So this is both in the movie and in the comics. And I was disappointed by that because I was expecting this really cool fight. But no, it was just Damian being a moron and getting mad at Dick Grayson for no reason. And it just kills him. And of course, Batman gets pissed off at Damian Wayne and disowns him, essentially. He's dead to him now. And Robin's excuse? You know what Damian's excuse was? This is what he says. Right after he kills Dick Grayson, he goes, he always catched it during training. What? Like, I got so mad. It was like, I've never been so mad at anyone in my life in a movie. And it just made me hate Damian Wayne even more with that statement. God, just basically all you need to know, Damian Wayne just sucks. A couple scenes later, Nightwing is in the afterlife, and he's in heaven, and then he sees this god, and she's all like, hey, I need your help, so you're Deathwing now. And he's basically a ghost now who can control people. And it's at this point in the movie that I'm like, what am I even watching? And apparently this also happens in the comics as well. But at this point in the movie, I'm just like, I don't even know what I'm watching anymore. I thought I was just watching Injustice. But no, all this stuff's going down. But I think most of this stuff happens in the comics, so I feel like it would make more sense if I read them. So I'm not trying to like gripe on the storyline or Deathwing itself. So I'm not trying to, you know, critique that as much. Alright, so we're going to get to the ending now. This is the part where the movie's just all over the place, that I didn't even know what was going on. Like, I felt like the writers were just realized, oh, we got like 30 minutes left. Let's just cram everything in. And so there's like this almighty character. I forget his name. I'm forgetting his name at the moment. I completely forgot his character. Oh yeah, Superman teams up with Ra's al Ghul, by the way, and they make this robot. And yeah, he's basically like the villain. And so Batman and Superman, they team up for a bit to stop this robot. But then after that, Superman's like, you guys are still criminals. You guys are going down. And then all of a sudden, a Superman from an Earth where he's good just randomly shows up. I don't remember any build up to this, so it just kind of happened. But he comes up and he says he's from Earth 1, so I guess it's Earth 1 Superman. So he tries to stop evil Superman, and they fight for a bit. And then all of a sudden, Earth 1 Lois Lane shows up, very much pregnant, and tries to talk to evil Superman. And so he's talking to Lois Lane, and basically Lois Lane convinces evil Superman to stop being evil. And then, yeah, it was basically just like a short conversation. So evil Superman is like, okay, yeah, I'm done. I'm turning myself in. And yeah, that's the Injustice movie. There was no post-credit scene or anything, so I doubt they're going to make another movie of this. But yeah, this movie was just all over the place. And I apologize if I rambled on too much, because I feel like I had no idea what I was talking about. I'm definitely forgetting some things in this movie, so I apologize for that. But at the same time, I don't really need to talk about everything in this movie because it would be a longer video if I talked about pretty much everything in this movie. But yeah, that's about it for this video. So leave a like, subscribe if you're new. I'll see you guys next time.